Good morning. It is 8:21 a.m. on Saturday, January 5th, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Gosh, it's a little later in the morning. There's a lot of light in the room. I feel kind of washed out, but it's fine. I think maybe in some ways it's good for it to not look exactly the same every day. I don't know. Yeah. So I continue to be frustrated that my little USB microphone that I brought, that it was supposed to sound better than the on-camera one, it's not working for some reason. I don't know. But my camera audio, like the audio settings, seem to have reset themselves back to where they were before. So I hope this sounds okay. It's still not a great microphone, but at least the volume's not blasting out and clipping the speakers anymore. Technology, man. Ooh. It's going to be a relatively relaxed weekend. I don't have any big travel plans or sightseeing plans in mind for this week. But I am planning to have the first stream for a new little miniature RPG campaign that I'm hoping to run over the next month or so. And it is going to be in the Space Casey universe, which is obviously going to be a science fiction campaign. The game system we're going to use is mostly based on Bulldogs, which is itself an adaptation of the Fate Core system. I've run one Bulldogs game before. It was one session, but we did it at Balticon this last year, and I like the system, but it's very different than D&D in a number of ways, and so still adapting and figuring out what's the best way to use that system is an ongoing thing. But what we're planning is that Saturday evening in the States, which is actually Sunday morning for me, we're going to be streaming what I'm calling the session 0.5, meaning we had a preliminary session where the players started to put together their characters, but we didn't really finalize everything, and we were missing one person. So the plan is for this session 0.5 to be everyone kind of going over their settled characters, and for the characters to start to build relationships with one another, because that's actually part of the game mechanic, is that every character has what's called aspects, which is sort of a description of some element of their character that has mechanical impact, meaning they can use it to help or sometimes to complicate what they're trying to do in a way that gives them either bonuses or penalties to certain types of roles and that sort of thing. But those things require everyone to know who each other's characters are so they can decide this character's relationship with that character and so on. So the session 0.5 today is going to be to have everyone together to settle those things, to just get everything a little bit more settled, and then depending on how much time we still have, we'll do a little bit of an adventure. And so that's the plan, to stream that. And I'm looking forward to it. So it should be in approximately 24 hours from now. And the timing is always tricky. That's part of why being here in Korea just makes some of this scheduling tricky. Is why we're not doing our regular so many levels right now. But I'm hoping that this will be fun. One of the things that's interesting for me to discover, though, as the creator of Space Casey, is that when I talk about setting a game in that universe, the Space Casey setting, the actual original source material does not include a lot of setting world building detail, because that story is mostly just Casey's story as she goes through this very narrow slice of the universe. And so there's not a lot of like, defined planets and cities and locations and so on. And there's various NPCs that, or characters that she encounters in the story that could be NPCs here. But for the most part, when I say that something's going to be in the Space Casey setting, there's a few bits and pieces for how that would work, such as the idea that humans are relatively newcomers to the galactic society, so to speak, but that mostly what I'm talking about is tone, meaning that what drama occurs is likely to occur based on, various challenges that, like that rely on a lot of heavy sci-fi tropes, but also that the real drama, by and large, is going to come from the intrapersonal social issues between characters. And that I hope it's all going to be kind of light and fun and silly. And I'm also going to be experimenting with having a lot of the world building done a little bit more collaboratively, where instead of me just dictating everything about a setting, we'll have everyone work together. And it's going to be an interesting experiment. I'm looking forward to giving it a try. So if you like watching me stream, that's going to be happening tomorrow, which just the timing is still tricky, but that's the plan. So anyway, I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes, and then shortly after that will be the stream.